big report dropped last week. For those of you who don't know, Messari is one of the leaders in these types of reports for the entire crypto space. They're just going in, looking at the data and extracting it and making sense of it in a neutral way. So this is legit research. This is great source of information to share with people. Like, oh, what do you mean there's a narrative reversal? Oh yeah, what you claim EOS is on an upswing these days in terms of these metrics, but where's the proof? The proof is in this report. So if you scroll down to about halfway through, it talks about network activity. It says that since 2021, daily transactions have fallen. Of course, it's been a bear market. I don't think that's unique to EOS, but some nice numbers is that since October 2022, so about 6 months ago or so, daily transactions have increased 218%, which is nice to see. Although the amount of active addresses has decreased 25%, leading them to indicate that this is indicates a rise in power users or potentially GameFi users, which I think would explain these numbers, where you've got some users making a lot of transactions because they're getting on there on Upland, on Prospectors, on whatever game they play, getting on there all day, every day, putting in those power user transactions.
It was a nice summary. And the timing actually worked out perfect because of when Messari published. I wasn't expecting the Messari report to be ready until maybe this week or next week. Liam even mentioned that when he was in Denver, that some of the people, like when he brought up EOS, they're like, oh, I just saw the Messari report about it today. Really good distribution. They have an email list of 150,000, so it got blasted out to them. It's available in Bloomberg terminals now and through all their third-party distribution partners. And on top of this report, so this is more like an intro to EOS. And then every quarter moving forward, starting covering Q2, which we're currently in at the end of Q2, so sometime in July, they'll be publishing the State of EOS report for Q2. And then they'll be publishing those reports in perpetuity every quarter for the foreseeable future. They're collecting some serious on-chain data. So I guess shout out to the Nation team and Denis in particular for writing a bunch of custom scripts and databases to scrape on-chain data, because one of Messari's requirements was they wanted like the last 2 years of blockchain data, like a lot of data that you can even see on a block explorer in real time doesn't necessarily have an easy way to access like the time-lapse version. Like I could look at the chain today and maybe see how many wallets interacted with the chain today. But if I wanted to go back and look at how many people like did some actions on chain like a year ago, it'd be difficult without some custom work being done. I'm not sure all of the magic tools that he used, but I just wanted to shout out Denis because a lot of the data that Messari now has access to, they'll begin reporting on it. And as you said, showing our progress. We could look at the Messari reports kind of like report cards, because as the ENF, we publish our quarterly reports. We do a number of other things, as you saw, I guess, last week in the openness and transparency blog that Brandon wrote. But this Messari is important because it's a third party. And not just any third party, it's like a reputable, trusted third party that a lot of OGs in the ecosystem, institutional investors look to for their information. So it'll be good to get those quarterly report cards, and also just getting all of the work that everyone's doing in this ecosystem on a day-to-day basis, getting it out to an even wider audience through Messari.